The Shepnaz podcast begins now.
Welcome to the Shepnaz podcast. Throughout the month of January, we are continuing in a series of the 21 most effective prayers in the Bible, and we're using as a resource a book by Dr. Dave Earley. Each day, we're going to be doing a devotional that coincides with the chapter of that day, and here's today's devotional.
Hey guys, Pastor Bryanna here. Today we are going to be talking about the prayer of Nehemiah for the 21 most effective prayers of the Bible. So if you are familiar with this story, we are starting with Nehemiah, and he has just left Babylon to go and rebuild the walls around Jerusalem. And he has very minimal resources and people to help him. And not only that, but he has a very relentless enemy named Sanballat, who is mocking and criticizing him and ultimately is trying to stand in the way of Nehemiah rebuilding the walls. And it's needless to say that Nehemiah is just exhausted from the work and the attack that he is facing. So if we look at Nehemiah chapter 6, verse 9, it says, "They were all trying to frighten us, thinking their hands will get too weak for the work, and it will not be completed. But I prayed, now strengthen my hands." So what's interesting in this prayer is that Nehemiah doesn't ask for the Lord to just miraculously build up the wall. He could have been like, God, just build the wall, help me build the wall. Or God, take out my enemy, take out Sanballat. But instead, he asks, Lord, strengthen my hands. And so sometimes God does the miracle for us. Like we just said, God could have easily have built that wall with the snap of a finger. He is more than able to just perform miracles, and he does. Sometimes he just performs miracles in the snap of a finger. But what often happens is that he prefers to do the miracle in us before he does the miracle for us. And so God didn't perform the miracle for Nehemiah, but instead he did it in him and through him by giving him the strength that he needed. So Nehemiah prayed the prayer of God, strengthen my hands. And we see in chapter 6, verse 15, it says, "So the wall was finished on the 25th day of the month of Elul in 52 days. So in 52 days, they rebuilt this wall, and it truly was because of God. People still to this day are amazed at how this could happen. Engineers are baffled by the fact that they were able to rebuild it in such a short amount of time. It seems like an impossible task, but Nehemiah was able to do the impossible because of God.
Faith Promise is a Sunday we set aside every year to focus on supporting missions. This year, Faith Promise is Sunday, February 4th, during our regular Sunday worship times. That's 9 and 10:45 a.m. at Gahanna and online, and 10:45 in Johnstown. We will hear from missionaries Ben and Catherine Radcliffe in Papua New Guinea and Milton Gay live from Guatemala.
So you may be wondering, how does this apply to you? Obviously, I don't think any of us are trying to rebuild walls around Jerusalem right now or anything to that extent, but every day we're faced with difficult tasks. Some of you might be parents and you're trying to raise children in this crazy world, or you have jobs and careers that are really hard. Maybe you're running a business and you are just feeling weary. You're burnt out. Maybe you've been trying to do things on your own. And if that is you today, if you are sitting here, maybe you're just exhausted, I have some good news for you. And that is that you are not alone, that the Lord is our source of strength, and that you don't have to do everything on your own. And the beauty of this is that he knows what it's like to be human. He was once in our shoes. He walked on the earth, so he knows what it feels to be weary and tired, and he has compassion on us. Psalm 46:1 says, "God is our refuge and strength, our ever-present help in trouble." He is an ever-present help, meaning that he and his strength are always there for us. They are always available to us. And the reality is we can't do anything without his strength. And so the fact that it is always available to us should encourage us that we should always pray this prayer, God, strengthen my hands. When the days are long, when the task before us seems impossible, we have this encouragement and comfort that he is there to give us the strength that we need. So if you're listening to this today and you find yourself feeling weary, maybe you've been trying to do everything on your own, I encourage you to pray this prayer with me. It's a guided prayer. So, Lord, I surrender this to you, and you can say whatever it is. Maybe it's your job, your marriage, maybe you're in ministry or your business, whatever it is. Lord, I surrender this to you. You know I've been working so hard lately, and God, I'm tired. I confess that I cannot do this on my own. Would you strengthen my hands so I may accomplish the tasks that you've set before me? Thank you for being the source of my strength. I love you, God. Amen. So our prayer for you is that you would be encouraged by this word, that you would know that we don't have to do this on our own. God did not design us to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. So if this is you, I just encourage you to surrender and just trust that He is in control, and whatever it is that you're going through, He will give you the strength to get through it. So thank you guys for listening, and have a blessed day.
If you want to keep up with everything that's going on at the church, we encourage you to go to shepnaz.org. Also, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I'm Joe. Have a great day. This podcast is a production of the Shepherd Church of the Nazarene, Gahanna, Ohio. Email to podcast@shepnaz.org and let us know what you think.